Everyone who has eaten snake raw knows that snakes swallow their prey whole without chewing. Yet here I was, forcing down a 1-meter-long black mamba. Despite its enormous size, I endured the violent urge to vomit and swallowed it anyway. Because the global mutation was coming. 70% of all living creatures would turn into grotesque mutated monsters. In my previous life, this very black mamba had transformed into a terrifying black dragon. Only by swallowing it before the mutation could I merge with it and be purified together. Reborn 3 hours before the cataclysm, I immediately rushed out of the classroom and headed straight for the back mountain. I searched frantically. This time, I alone knew how terrifying this snake would become. In my last life, it had become an overwhelmingly powerful super warrior that swept through all teams. Super warriors could only awaken their armor power if they hadn't mutated yet. In my previous life, no matter how hard I tried, I never awakened it. After struggling for half a lifetime, I was eventually killed by mutated creatures. This time, I refused to repeat that fate. After searching for 2.5 hours, I finally spotted it, a pitch-black mamba coiled in the shade of a bush. I was quietly planning how to swallow it alive when a loud meow suddenly rang out nearby. A large, sturdy black cat had discovered the snake. Its eyes lit up as it stealthily crept closer. When they were less than 30 centimeters apart, the black mamba suddenly sprang up. The cat and snake tangled together in a fierce struggle. Moments later, the dazed mamba tried to flee, but the black cat wasn't about to let its spicy strip escape. It swiped with its claws again and again until the mamba lay dying, completely powerless. Just as the black cat proudly stepped forward to enjoy its meal, I burst out from the bushes. Startled, the cat let out a frightened yowl and fled into the trees, then turned back to glare at me. I ignored it, grabbing the barely alive black mamba with one hand. Glancing at the time, 16:59, I sighed in relief. I had made it just in time. The black cat still watched angrily from afar. If not for this two-legged beast, it would already be feasting, but I knew it could never eat the snake. At 59 minutes and 30 seconds, the mutation rays would arrive, and the mamba would transform. How could it possibly eat it then? My heart raced. I had to swallow the snake in the final 20 seconds. As the countdown hit 20 seconds, the sky began to glow with brilliant light. The aurora had pierced the atmosphere. Without hesitation, I opened my mouth wide and forced the snake down. Enduring the overwhelming nausea, I could still feel the black mamba struggling desperately inside my stomach. At that exact moment, the dazzling aurora swept silently across the world. Boom! Inside my body, the struggling mamba suddenly felt like a fiery serpent burning through me. Then, a slightly childish voice echoed in my mind. "Master, I am the black mamba you swallowed. You're actually a reborn person. Your memories of the previous life are insane. So I was that powerful. No wonder you risked everything to devour me." "You can see my memories?" I asked. "We are now one and the same. Your body is in full control though. Sorry about that. It's fine. Together, we will be far stronger than in my previous life." "Great, from now on you'll be called Xiao Yao. This life, the throne of dominance, belongs to us." Suddenly, a roar came from afar. I looked up and saw the black cat that had beaten the mamba earlier had now mutated into a monstrous creature with spine-like spikes. Xiao Yao let out a fierce roar in response. The cat monster lunged at me first. A cold glint flashed in my eyes. Pathetic. After Xiao Yao devoured the cat monster's flesh, I could clearly feel waves of heat flowing through my body. My cells were more active than ever. I tried the cultivation methods from my previous life, but they were useless now. To cultivate under the new sunlight, I had to devour powerful flesh and blood. "Let's go get revenge, master," Xiao Yao urged. "Wasn't there a bastard at school who treated you like a dog? Let's go kill him." Since our memories were shared, Xiao Yao knew exactly how much I hated that person. The target was Lin Yun, the son of a Trillion Yuan Group's chairman, whose grandfather was a powerful military figure. Although the aurora had swept the globe, large-scale mutations wouldn't fully erupt for another few hours. By the time I reached the school gate, classes had already ended and many students were coming and going. I didn't enter. Instead, I waited outside. Lin Yun usually left around 5:30 p.m. with a group of rich second-generation heirs to eat. Shirtless, covered in tattoos with messy white hair, I immediately became a striking sight. Keep staring, I thought coldly. In a few hours, you'll all be crying. Soon, I spotted my prey. Lin Yun walked out laughing and chatting with his entourage. Seeing him brought back painful memories from my previous life. How these rich kids had thrown me out as bait to distract monsters, causing me to lose 3 fingers and nearly my life. A cruel smile spread across my face as I walked toward them. A stubborn rich kid blocked my path. Who the hell are you? Good dogs don't block the road. Lin Yun glanced at me and sneered. Some non-mainstream punk. Get lost. Without a word, I stepped forward and grabbed his neck with my left hand. 2 security guards who rushed over froze in fear from my gaze. In the next instant, I stomped down hard. Lin Yun let out a hoarse scream and passed out. A satisfied smile appeared on my face. The darkness that had built up over 8 years of suffering in my previous life ran bone deep. One security guard gritted his teeth and charged with an electric baton. I slapped him away like a broken kite. The surrounding students retreated in terror. Scatter, I said coldly. Most of you won't survive the next hour anyway. No need to concern yourselves with this. I turned and left. At 6 p.m., the true apocalypse descended. Screams and roars echoed across prosperous cities. Some people suddenly foamed at the mouth while running, their heads splitting open to reveal bloody maws that devoured their former companions. Trees withered instantly, growing grotesque tentacles that snatched and consumed passers-by. I stood in the office on the 88th floor of a skyscraper, looking down at the hellish scene through the floor-to-ceiling windows.